NFL playoff machine for Week 13. Let me just project and just go with the favorites. So, Seattle and Pittsburgh to cap off Week 12. And let's discuss what we may expect to see for Week 13. The Cardinals will defeat the LA Rams. The Cardinals are going to be a number 5 seed with quarterback Kyler Murray, born August 7th of, I think it's 1997. That is a 23-5 day in numerology, if I'm not mistaken. Kyler Murray is a 5-light path, and that's why the Cardinals' 5-game losing streak against the LA Rams is going to end. They're going to be 7-5. The LA Rams would also be 7-5. And Larry Fitzgerald will probably come back next week for the Arizona Cardinals. Mind you, after 11 games, Arizona Cardinals has Gematria 75. So this game for sure is going to happen. And this result is going to happen for sure. The Cardinals to defeat the LA Rams. And the Packers, obviously, coming off a really big win against Philadelphia. We should expect Green Bay to defeat the Philadelphia Eagles. The Broncos would have their quarterback return on primetime against Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes has a perfect record against the Denver Broncos. And Indianapolis should beat... Well, actually, if you ask me, Houston's playing really well right now. And as part of Black Lives Matter, I imagine we see all these coaches fired right now, so they would open up some opportunities for African Americans to become head coaches. That's always been my theory. That's why Matt Patricia got fired. That's why Dan Quinn in Atlanta got fired. And that's why Bill O'Brien got fired. So that's 3 openings right now. And we should see the number increase when it's all said and done. Washington football team at Pittsburgh, I gotta go with, this is a game that can be an upset game if actually, the projection will stay the same. I got Seattle against New York. Okay. I can't imagine seeing the Giants beat the Seahawks. Remember that Daniel Jones got hurt. So if there's any team in the AFC that was going to lose, Ryan Fitzpatrick, the Dolphins may be hurt without Tua. This game's going to be upset. This projection doesn't deal really with much numbers. New England is probably going to... This would be a game that would see Anthony Lynn fired, perhaps. Even though he's African American, don't forget the Chargers lost a lot of close games. The Patriots are suddenly in the playoff race. So at the 7th seed, the Patriots are going to be right behind. At the end of the day, it may be between the Raiders and the Patriots. The Patriots are going to stick around till the end for this playoff race. They beat the Chargers. They beat the Cardinals. They get back in this. Dallas is going to have a really high draft pick. This is a game that Baltimore is going to win for sure. And as it stands between the Lions and the Bears, I'd pick Detroit. But the Bears have lost how many straight games? 5 straight games? I think the Bears have a 5-game winning streak against the Detroit Lions. Detroit should probably steal this if the Bears are with the same mistakes that they're dealing with throughout this time. And I really like Cleveland to beat Tennessee. Tennessee's going to be another team that is still going to be in the hunt for their division. and this is a team that's still going to be hovering around in terms of its playoff spot. The Buffalo Bills have got to continue to the push to try to stick around for this number 1 seed, depending on how Pittsburgh does. The Vikings will stick in the playoff race, but the Cardinals are going to win. The Cardinals are going to stick around, and if I see an upset happening, I can see the Falcons beating the Saints without Drew Brees, and suddenly the Seattle Seahawks are in this discussion. Of course, my final findings will be released sooner rather than later. A lot is at stake for the Seattle Seahawks at the Philadelphia Eagles. Joe Biden did grow up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. He's a Philadelphia Eagles fan. If the Eagles win, they would be at 4-6, and Biden's the 46th president of the United States. This would not be a surprise at all if we see a historic rivalry happen between Arizona and the Philadelphia Eagles in the playoffs. And the Rams and the Seahawks may split the series. One team is going to be 1-2. Can Tampa upset the New Orleans Saints? Those are perfect scenarios. Division rivals here, Cleveland and Tennessee, I'm not sure if they have any history between each other. In Vegas at Kansas City, at the end of the day, this looks like a plausible scenario that would make Roger Goodell and the NFL really happy. Compelling matchups all across the board. Now, even if Kansas City were to be the number 1 seed, you're still looking at the historic Steelers-Raiders rivalry if that happens. So I think this is a reasonable expectation for what we can expect. And as it stands, I won't be surprised at all to see the Eagles beat the Seahawks.